tell y'all something I heard Tony Robbins say. He said, people overestimate what they can do in a short period of time, but they underestimate what they can accomplish in a longer period of time. And I believe that to be really true simply because I talked about this on my podcast probably maybe a year ago, did an episode on time perspective. And one of the things that I read, I don't remember who said it, a book that I read, the guy said people who are successful in life have a longer time perspective than unsuccessful people. In other words, unsuccessful people only think about the short term. Like, all right, what can I do today? What's happening right now? Like, what am I going to achieve in the next week? Or what do I need to do to get from this paycheck to my next paycheck in 2 weeks? That's how unsuccessful people think. But successful people, more successful people, however you measure success, they think, yes, I do need to do something right now. Yeah, I am going to get paid this week and I am getting paid again in 2 weeks. But what am I doing between this week and 2 weeks from now, or this month, or this week at the gym? How is that going to affect my long-term success? What actions am I taking right now? How are they going to affect me in the distant future, not just what's happening right now? For example, a short-term decision-making process might say, well, look, right now, I want some chips, I want some pretzels, I want some candy. That's a short-term decision. You'll feel good about it in the short term because you get the chips and the candy and the pretzels that you want, and it feels good. But is that a good long-term decision? Is that going to make you better 3 months from now, a year from now, 6 years from now? Is it going to help you live longer smoking that cigarette? Even though it feels good for the 5 minutes you're smoking a cigarette, is it a good long-term decision? So they both of those ideas dovetail. And I want you to think about, when it comes to the actions that you're taking today, yes, it might feel good to spend this whole day bullshitting, not doing anything, watching TV, messing around on social media. All those things feel good in the moment, and you get a dopamine hit. You get some ROI on it in the short term, but is it producing a positive long-term ROI? And understand that people who become successful or they do great things in the long term in life is not because they're so much smarter than anybody else, or even because they have more resources. A lot of times we look at resources as the reason why we come up short. Like, damn, if I just had more customers, or I had more followers, or I had more money, or I just had more information, then I would be just as successful as this person or better than that person. But often what it is we just don't take a long-term perspective as far as time goes with the actions that we're taking. We do things that pay off today, but they're not paying off in the long term. Like, you might, if you're a salesperson or an entrepreneur, you might do something that'll make you a few dollars today out of your customers, but is that going to build a long-term relationship with your customer? Are you selling them some bullshit that in the long term they're like, all right, yeah, I bought this from this person today, but because this is a low quality product, I'm not buying anything else in the future. So it might make you a bunch of money now, but will it make you money next year? Will that person still be a customer 2 years from now, 3 years from now? So start thinking about not only what you're doing right now and looking at the short-term effects of your actions, but think about what are the long-term effects of my actions. If I keep doing this thing right here, this thing that I'm doing right now today, if I keep doing this, where is this going to get me 2 years from now? Where is this going to have me 6 months from now? Where is this going to take me in 10 years? Those are the decisions that make a difference in our life. Those are the decisions that really start to turn things over for you. So if you're not where you want to be right now, it might not be anything you can do today or tomorrow that's going to get you where you want to be in 30 days. But if you keep doing the right things, first of all, figure out what the right things are and keep doing the right things over the next 6 months, then maybe a year from now, you're going to start to see some results. You're going to start to see those actions start to turn over and produce the ROI. The problem that a lot of people have is they don't have the vision. They don't have the foresight to, all right, I'm going to just keep doing this thing every single day, even though I don't see any returns on it, even though I'm not seeing any ROI, because I know if I keep doing it, then I'm going to get the result. The simplest idea is like somebody going to the gym. But another idea is building a business. Another one is building relationships with an audience, with people who you want to be your customers. They might not be buying anything right now, and over the next 2 weeks you keep publishing, nobody's buying anything. You're like, all right, this doesn't work. But if you kept doing it and you build a relationship, then a year from now, You can launch a product and everybody's buying it. And you're like, wow. But you don't know that that's going to happen until you actually put in the work. So this is where the discipline comes in. Can you be disciplined enough to do the work even though you're not seeing an immediate return on that result? And here's a key secret here that I'm going to give you. This is a pro tip right here. Most people, even though they can understand everything I'm saying, and most logical, reasonable people would agree with everything I'm saying right now, most people can't emotionally agree with it. Therefore, even though they'll say this makes sense, Dre, they'll like the video and they'll say something positive about it, they won't actually do it. Because we can logically agree with things, but then go and keep doing the same shit we was doing yesterday, right? And we've all done that before. So if you can emotionally come to terms with what I'm telling you here, agree with it, and actually take action on it, you'll put yourself ahead of at least 90% of the population, because most people are only going to do whatever they've been doing up to this point. And how many people do you know who are successful by your definition of the word? What percentage of people you know are successful? And since it's probably fewer than half the people you know, you want to get ahead of most people. You want to get ahead of the masses. All you got to do is start taking actions that you know are going to pay off in the long run before you see any hint of that future payoff. It's as simple as that. Work on your game.